All right, guys. How you guys doing today? Last night I stayed up all night. You know, I pretty much worked in the trucks all day. As you guys know, I had to take out the wiring harness from the 2001 Silverado. So I was doing that all day yesterday. I had to take out the cab harness out of the '01 to put back in the 6.0 or 6 point slow as we're calling it now. So as you can see, as of right now, you know, I took out all the cab harness because the whole cab harness to the other truck to 6 point slow, it was a '06 cab harness, and he used the '06 fuse block and all that nonsense, and even the steering column. So my plan is to put this cab harness in the truck in the project 6 point slow. I was gonna use this fuse box right here, but not really too sure yet about how I want to go about doing that. So I mean, I know the other day I showed you guys a little bit video of the truck, you know, and it didn't have any wiring in it. Well, I did, but you know, it was the '06 stuff. So as of right now, you know, I got the '02 style cab harness installed. You know, so you can see it's all the way put back there. Still don't have the intake manifold on it. That's for a later day, when I get the harness all set up, because there is some sensors and grounds in the back of the block that need to be put on before I put on the intake manifold, just make it easier for me. I also still want to put new gaskets on this, new valve cover gaskets, as well as intake manifold gaskets. So those, I want to change those, because you could tell I had like a little oil leak, or not a little, but kind of good oil leak. And then from there, slap the intake manifold on with the '02 style fuel rails, and so they can, you know, change with this, because the '06 style fuel rails is only one, there's no return on it, and this one is a return style. And then obviously go to the '01 style throttle body, where it's drive-by cable versus wire. And like I said, I got the cab harness pretty much there, waiting for a fuse box. And then here we come into the 6 point slow inside. This is all out of the '02 Silverado, the one over there, the one I took this cab harness out and this fuse block. So everything's going back to where it should be and how this truck should originally have been, versus, you know, when I got it, it had the '06 style stuff in it. So I'm changing all that now. So I know a lot of people wonder, as well as me, you know, how am I gonna make this swap work with the key and whatnot? How am I gonna make it pretty much be back to stock, where it turns on with the key, the computer reads and all that? And especially because this swap, when I first got it, it had the '06 style harness on it, which I took off. So as of now, the engine has no harness on it. And I know that's very confusing. Trust me, it would kind of confuse me too. So as of right now, I'm not I don't really want to try to make that harness work. So I took it all off, and I will be using an '01 style harness, like the '01, '02, like the truck should originally stayed with. And that's why I got this car right here. It's a '02 Yukon, and it's a drive-by cable, same thing as the truck what it came with. And it got the fuse box right here. So here's everything. This is a 4x4 model with the 5.3 in it, which is, I don't think it's a big deal, but I think as of right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bypass the security system. You know, I've watched a couple ways about doing it, and when I get to that point, I will show you guys and I will record it to see how it works out for me. But as of now, I'm just gonna take this harness off. I'm gonna use this vehicle to use it as the bypass, to bypass the security in the computer, which is right here. So I will be using this computer with this harness I'm not too sure if I'm going to be using this column with the steering wheel and the key setup. I don't think it matters once you do the security bypass. I don't think any of that matters anymore. I'm not too sure. If you guys know, give me a tip, you know, because I do got like 3 other columns, as you can see right there. You know, I got 3 of them. They all have keys. These were all one was out of the truck that I got. This truck, the 6-point slow. This one was a 2001 style. This one was a 2006 style. They both have keys. They just, neither one of them came with a computer. So this truck came with 2 steering columns with keys but no computers. This one also has a key. This one's a running truck. It's just crashed. You can see it's just crashed. I got it for doing work for somebody, and they gave me this truck. So and so as well as a gray Silverado, that one was a running truck as well. That one I bought for parts a while back, and it's just sitting there. So I know there's a lot of trucks going on, a lot of stuff going on right now, but I'm trying to keep you guys updated. And like I said, I hope this quality is a little bit better than the one I was doing before. I was using my iPhone because I didn't have my camera yet. As of right now, you know, I got the GoPro Hero 7, so that's kind of what I'm using right now to show you guys around and stuff like that. And I will be getting more video of like a day-to-day thing of how I'm doing this and how the progress is. I'm trying to keep up with it and show you bits by bits, but I'm doing it by myself, so it is a little bit harder, and it does take a lot of time to record and to try to get it done as fast as possible. That's the part that I'm learning how to work and film and make it like where it's knowledgeable, not just I'm showing you just a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? So there's one of those things. And like I said, I'm trying to make this stock harness work. Everything is pretty much in its stock place. I know it looks like a big mess right now, so this is gonna go like up here. This is for the steering column. This is the PCM, I think, the body or the power control module. And I think I'm gonna try to get rid of this as well. I might try to just leave it. I'm not sure how it's gonna work with the key and whatnot. It might work, I'm not too sure. And you know, before, the other harness didn't connect to this. It didn't have any of this connected right. The fuse box was it had a bunch of extra stuff that I didn't need. And so like I said, I'm putting the regular fuse box back, the regular harness back. The other 06 style harness had the gauge cluster wire ripped off. All this was cut off, so it didn't have this plug, and obviously I need it for the gauge cluster. I will be using the 2500 style gauge cluster. And if you guys are just curious about, you know, the swap and stuff like that, what heads does it have? It has a 317 heads on the 6.0, and it does have the let me see, the 480E. We did have to get a different trans bracket for it because it is different from the 460E. And when we get to the bottom part, like of the trans and the drive shaft and whatnot, I will show you guys that. But as of right now, we're not really worried about that. Well, I am, but not really. So if you guys are curious about like what harness I took out, it was pretty much all this. Pretty much all this is what I took out. I mean, the truck is a nice truck and whatnot, and our goal is to finish it. Our goal right now is to finish it, and then from get it running to show that I can get it running, just because like it's kind of like a little test for me. You know, I've did swaps before, but never one like this. Never one where have I got it where I had to change the cab harness and all that nonsense and try to make everything rework, but literally from scratch. This is pretty much like I got it like as a bare shell is what it seemed like. Because I've taken so much out of it and I've already put so much back into it, and I haven't even got an intake manifold on it yet. So it literally feels like I'm doing everything from scratch. But like I said, I'll try to keep you guys updated, and I'll try to keep the videos frequent so you guys can, like I said, take this journey with me, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And maybe give me tips, you know, along the way. Don't, you know, feel free to comment and whatnot, and just let me know what you guys think, and if I'm doing everything like maybe like I should, or maybe I should do something different as well. But yeah, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. I just changed it, so try to match the channel. It's it's 4K_Ray underscore, and that's where you can find me at from now on. If not, you know, I'll try to get on the YouTube thing as much as I can. And yeah, you guys have a great day. Peace.